Whoa!
He goes up there just fine.
Can you climb up this side?
If you can't catch me.
Come on up. So it is a new year, and we are starting the process of planning and doing some more research about how we want to go ahead and get started on our house build. As you guys saw, we cleared the first path for the driveway. That still needs to be widened a little bit, but we did clear all the way up to where the house is going to be. And what we found out was that our driveway is about 1,000 feet long. From our research with the power company, we will need to, they will run the electric to within 250 feet of our house. So we'll have to be responsible to, hook it up from that point, from the 750 mark to all the way up to where the house is gonna be. The power company gave us a really large estimate for that. We are looking at some other options because when we talked to the power company, they did say that they don't have to be the ones to run that line, that if we could find a better price from a electrician or a different electrical subcontractor, that we could contract them and have them run the line. The part that we're at now is we are trying to decide if we want to be our own contractors, our own general contractor, or if we want to go with a general contractor. And obviously the reason we'd want to go with a general contractor would be so that we don't have so much of the day-to-day constant management of the project. Obviously for our budget, it would be awesome if we were our own contractor, because then it would allow us to, put that money towards actually making our house, the way that we really want it to be.
Not to mention the freedom to call all the shots.
Yes, and then having all of the decisions with us, which is both a good thing and a bad thing.
True, very true. No, us indecisive people? No, there's nothing bad about that. Whoa!
Zach did reach out to a home designer about starting to make some plans for our house, which I'm really excited about. Hopefully we can start the process.
Cool, that's so scary.
Hopefully we can start the process soon. Of a few different plans we've been looking at, we kind of narrowed down to a select 3 plans currently that we have, just so that we have for reference when we're talking with her, to kind of illustrate some of the things that we like, some of the plans that we liked. She works with the typical specs for building materials so that there's not a lot of waste.
Sorry about the orange hat. I couldn't find any of my normal hats, and we bought these ones for when we were out at the land in the fall. My arm is not long enough for this camera, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, we got to the end of our driveway. It was about 1,000 feet. You guys have fun over there?
That's a fast slide!
It sure is. We got to about 1,000 feet and cleared out a spot at the top where we want the house to go. And if we don't end up putting it there, it'll just be some front yard for us, because we might go back a few feet further where it's not clear, but the stuff we cut out was all little sticks anyway, basically, so.
we're back home from the park. We're just in the pre-planning. We're trying to get, we're trying to work through our research, try to get a handle on what kinds of things we are thinking of for our different materials so that we're prepared, because regardless, hi,
Cuddle.
regardless of whether or not we are going to be our own general contractor, or if we go with a general contractor, it's gonna go better either way if we have ideas about what we want in our house.
Right.
What I've found from doing research online is that people have had a lot more success in saving money if they've done their research and they have a plan, like very specific details. As part of our research and our planning process right now, we have talked about what we're gonna do is just kind of pick a room, one room in the house, and just focus on that room and talk through it with each other and kind of do some research and just take it one room at a time. And so we had talked about starting with the kitchen. That's one of the rooms that you have to put a lot of planning into, so it's a bigger one to start with. Whereas, you know, like bedrooms or something like that, those are pretty standard unless you're talking about like a master suite, then there's a little bit more to it. But I mean, other than that, like bedrooms, it's basically just like size. Do you want carpet? Do you want laminate? What do you want for flooring? And then what kind of light fixture, how many outlets, and the closets.
We do a lot of cooking from home, so we want to put a lot of attention and focus, and we really want to design that in a way that's going to work really well for us.
Really, that's a room that is also, too, if you research it, you know, the kitchen is one of the biggest added values in your house. Like that room is going to add a lot of value to your house depending on how you do it, what kind of appliances you have, what kind of layout you have, if you have enough cabinets, you know what I mean? And so that's a room that we really want to spend some time planning.
So we thought it was getting a little boring, so I thought I would shoot into our kitchen here. You've seen other parts of our kitchen. This is where our dishwasher is located. It's right next to our sink. We just have a hose that runs and connects the two. I know that makes it much more exciting to actually see where the dishwasher placement is. But I guess like the real reason that it's important is because you want to think about these things now before we've started any of the planning, because if you don't think about it before the planning, you're going to end up wasting time, wasting money, and it's so much to think about when you think about every single detail of the house. And I can't think about everything, but I have to now, because that's where we are. If you want to build a house, you got to think about outlets and their placements, and where you want to put the dishwasher, and its location in the room, its location in the house. Do we want it on the north side? Do we want it on the south side? And there's just a lot going on. It's January. We're running out of time. Before you know it, it's going to be spring, and we're going to want to start putting it all together, because if we get started in the spring, it's just going to make things so much easier.
We're really excited to talk to the home designer.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that step, because I think that that's going to be, that's really the first major step. I mean, we did some prep work out on the land with the driveway, but I mean, like, actually working with a home designer to figure out what kind of home plan, like to actually see her come up with some options, or like however the process works. I'm really excited, because that's the first real like moment of thinking about our new house. Right. And I like the idea of not just buying a plan and hoping that it works for everything around where we live. Where we live, it's cold a lot of the year. So, I mean, there are different things that we have to take in consideration of what needs to be in our home. Well, if you go and find a beautiful home plan that you love, and you fall in love with it, and you get it, and you get the plans, and then you start getting bids or talking to a contractor about it, they might run into some of these issues and be like, well, this plan wasn't actually developed for this climate, or you're going to run into this trouble with it.
That if you just buy plans online and bring them to a contractor or try to build it yourself, there's certain codes that maybe those plans don't meet your local codes, and so you have the headache of that too, of having to have your contractor rework that or yourself rework it if you're trying to do it. she'll know the things that you can and cannot do, and you know, the local codes and stuff like that. So
As we mentioned, our friends had worked with this home designer for their home, and that was probably like
8 years ago now.
okay, so it was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
But also to just see fit like actual designs and start to imagine what it's
Right.
gonna be like to be in our own home. I think for me, it'll just help give me that motivation that I need to go through the home build, because my parents built their home, and we did that when I was still in high school, and so we've gone through a home build before, and I always said I never wanted to build another house.
And then I came along.
Anyway, so we are really excited. Hopefully by the next video we will have heard back from the plan lady. Maybe we can, that's her official title.
Awesome.
Plan lady.
Plan lady.
And maybe we'll hear back from her by then and have some information on how that went. So really for next steps, where we are right now is waiting to hear back from the home designer and starting that process. And then we're gonna continue to research and think and talk through the kitchen.
So I think that's all we have for
That's
now.
pretty much it for now.
And hopefully we have more information next time.
Yes, and thanks for watching. And we're gonna keep plugging away with the project and trying to document and get some more videos up for you guys.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Yes, I have a very punchable beard. We'll go with that term. Do you think people will accidentally mistake me for Chris Evans? I look exactly like him. The real problem is that people are now going to know my name is Zach Evans and that we're brothers. Hi, Chris.
Awesome.
I'm just having fun playing for the camera. It's been a while, so I figured this will help loosen me up.
It'll help us overall.
It'll help when we meet with her. It will help it go more smoothly, unlike how either of us were talking.
I know, we're kind of rambling.
Do you think the plan lady will watch this and be like, they called me plan lady?
Bye, Plan Lady.